Hello, everybody. My name is Thor Young. I'm a moderator at Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap on my trades for you today. Today was a really fun day for me. I actually got to trade the open live for everybody. It's a little nerve-wracking, so I really don't do it very often, and this was actually one of my first times trading the open live, which I do trade in my 1 o'clock slot live all the time, but today made it specific, really more nerve-wracking, I guess. So many traders watching, you don't want to make the wrong call. So had some really good trades though. Actually, surprisingly enough, I had 4 tickers in today: SPY, Neo, Microsoft, and AMD. Only a loss, which wasn't a loss, as a break even, was on a hotkey error. I'll show you that on Neo. But otherwise, things came out really nice. So before I get into the recap here, if you have a moment, please throw me a like, and if you could, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. If you like the content you're getting here, this will help you make sure that you're alerted when the newest, freshest, best content is coming out, and we certainly appreciate it. Any of that attention certainly helps us and allows us to bring more attention to the channel versus other avenues. So again, I appreciate you doing that for me. So now on to the trade. So I started off here on AMD. You can see AMD. I went long off of AMD, got a pop up to VWAP, took a partial, and then stopped out. Now I went long there on AMD because R3 was above and there was a large seller up at $90. So I actually thought we were going to run through R3, and then I was going to take it short when it rejected and came back down. Unfortunately, it just did not give me that chance, and it squeezed up nicely, so I went long after it sold off to ride that squeeze, and unfortunately just got a couple partials and stopped out. We had quite a few members in the room that caught this beautiful drop, and AMD has just been fading all day, which was the call I made. I actually said R3 squeeze for an all-day fade. And certainly we had an R3 squeeze. We just didn't make it all the way there, and because of the large seller, I wasn't ready to go short in it, so missed out on that one, but I got a little piece of it, thankfully. I tried to trade on Neo here. This Neo was looking a little bit rough underneath R3. It had pushed into, but notice this was a little early, and my hotkey error was actually kind of a blessing, because this would have been this most likely would have resulted in at least a break even, if not a full stop here. Because you can see, although I was under R3, I was missing a vital key component for my reversals, which is a large volume spike. No large volume spike on this chart whatsoever. There was no reason to think this thing was done going up yet. So there was no reason to short it at R3. So thank goodness, in a way, I got this hotkey error. But this would have been, so I'm going to count this as a losing trade today, actually, when I journal. I'll go ahead and call this a losing trade. So, which is good. I ended up well more than enough on the day to cover that, so no big deal. I showed you AMD. Let's go to SPY. SPY was pressing through, came through R3 and stalled above, so threw an upside down hammer. Easy enough for me. I made went a short at the new low, gave it the loss of my entry candle, 2-1, and then out at break even. So capped an R there, which was nice. And then lastly, my big move was on Microsoft, and I'm still holding a position on that. Microsoft opened up with a lot of volume, but you notice, and this is why VPA is so important. Many would read this as strength, seeing all of this volume come in, but notice all of the volume results in this very narrow bodied candle. For a strong opening range, you really want to see an engulfing candle of some sort, or you want to see it sell off, and you want to see it form indecision lower maybe, but you certainly don't want it right at mid-level, right on the opening price. The next 2 candles, both indecision candles, both tried to push, but could not result in a candle pushing and closing, always sandwiched down. So I went short there, loss of my candle. Or actually, no, I went a little more aggressive on this one. Since we couldn't get the body to go through, I didn't want to leave that much space. So I actually went short here, and I just gave it like 265, 16 or 17, just above 15. And the reason I did on this one is if this squeezed back up, the probability for this thing going far is really too high. So rather than give myself, I actually took a little less risk and gave myself a narrower stop so I could take more advantage of the move. and I gave myself a really nice move. And then we had this beautiful pop-up to VWAP. So this, I actually called this ad in the room as well. You can see we bounced off of pre-market low twice, and it was looking weak. And then all of a sudden we get this. Look at this big bullish engulfing candle. And you think to yourself, man, this thing is breaking out. It's going to go strong. I'm going to wait for a pullback to the moving average, and I'm going to go long for this breakout. But what ends up happening is the stock drops, and you go, why did that happen? This is why. Notice the volume. This bullish engulfing candle of that size should have a candle size of at least that in volume. It's a large anomaly. This is VPA kicking in here to see a candle push that much on low volume. That's creating a bull trap, right? This is likely a position covering out, and it creates this squeeze real quick. But the low volume shows you that this squeeze isn't institutional, right? This is more of a retail move, and you're getting a bull trap here. As soon as it came up, lost VWAP, and made this new low, I recognized that low volume. I said, we're squeezing on low volume, adding short loss of VWAP. So I added in short there, got more good partials. And now I'm just holding on here. I did another little ad when we came back up to around this level, because there's no large sellers to the top side, so I don't see this being long right now. And since I was low on shares, I figured it was a really good time to add in. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed my trades for today. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Certainly the interactions help us a lot. And as always, have a great day. Thanks.